Blue skies and the sun shines out. Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series playoffs, another elimination race. Yes, Kansas Speedway is the host track here in the beautiful Kansas City area of Kansas and Missouri. Yes, both states. Matthew Strickert joining us. He's our producer today, filling in on audio. It's a superstar right there. Paulie's the man. This is your host, Matthew Dillner. This is NASCAR.com, GarageCam. We're also streaming live on NASCAR Facebook Live, so get in that interactive garage there, that chat room. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and what you want to see on today's show. Let's have a good time today in that chat, talking about NASCAR and giving you a 30-minute all-access walking, strolling, strutting tour through the NASCAR garage. Number 55 of Gray Gold. Hey, you know what? I have to go over here and show this car because we got a new car in the garage this week, a new team. And it's not the BJ McLeod, number 51, but that is a beautiful looking race car right there. But check this out, Starcom Fiber on this car. First time out on the track for the 00 team. It'll be Derek Cope behind the wheel of this car this weekend. Figured we'd kick things off in this side of the garage and show you that new team. Installing the antenna on top of the Gray Galding car. That antenna, you saw that antenna come into play last week on Brad Keselowski's car. What happened was a piece of debris actually came up on Keselowski's car and struck that antenna and broke it. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. So Keselowski didn't have much communication, so they had to come in and actually it screws on underneath right there and the wire comes up. They had to actually reattach a brand new antenna so that way he could communicate with his crew. So that's what that guy was doing right there, putting the antenna on there and screwing it on there. And communication is such a huge role in our sport, not just between the driver and the crew chief and diagnosing the car or issues, but of course the spotters play such a huge role on top of the grandstand or press box or suites or whatever they'll be at whatever particular track, communicating with the driver where they are in the track and different things. Number 47, A.J. Allmendinger. The 95 of Michael McDowell. Cool looking paint scheme and wrap on this number 95. We're on Facebook Live. Fernando Ramirez says, hello, Sarah Council. I will be there this weekend. All right, Sarah, that's awesome. If you come to Kansas, I'll tell you what, these are some diehard fans, but I got to just call it out like I see it, man. These are some diehard tailgaters here in Kansas. You don't see many better tailgates than you do at Kansas Speedway, that's for sure. And a guy like me that loves food certainly loves that. Danica Patrick finished 7th here in the 2014 race. That was her second career best finish. She that finish here at Kansas is pretty historic, though. That was the third best finish for a female in NASCAR. Who do you think? I want to ask the garage here. I want to ask the people watching GarageCam. Who do you think has the best career finish for a female driver? Is it Shauna Robinson? Is it Danica Patrick? Give you a few minutes, see if you can chime in. Don't cheat. Don't Google it. Don't go to Wikipedia. If you can guess it, I'm going to give you a prize of a shout-out. You have until we hit the number 3 car, maybe, or until we hit the other side of the garage, the other section of the garage to answer it. Matt DiBenedetto, the California driver. Andrew Schlachtenbrett, Andrew S. Sitting up in the grandstands watching y'all. Oh, wow, where are you, bud? I'd like to know. That is awesome. Oh, it is a beautiful day to sit in the grandstands. And there's Danica Patrick's Code 3 and Associates car. So we have a GarageCam viewer right now. And of course, it's practice, so we don't have many people in the grandstands. But Andrew is somewhere up in the grandstands watching us streaming live on his mobile device, whether it's a tablet or cell phone. That's pretty cool. You sit up in the stands, and we take you inside the garage so you can see Landon Castle and Cole Witt.
Hey, Dillner.
Corey LaJoy.
So there's Corey LaJoy's car, but if you turn around to their hauler, I think BK Racing brought a new form of backup car. I'm not quite sure it's really going to fit the templates, but I definitely can't say
I don't know if
I've ever
that's
seen
going
that
to
parked
fit.
up
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I've never seen. They're lowering it too. This is so dramatic right here. This is motorsports history as we watch a golf cart get lowered down. That's okay. In our short track days, we used to put the four-wheeler up there that used to push around our late model. So, but that's a pretty hefty golf cart to be traveling there. So obviously, I don't think they have a backup car this weekend. The number 83 of Corey LaJoy, family originally from Connecticut. Corey residing in Concord, North Carolina, has a peculiar backup car. Reed Sorensen, the number 15. Trey Tomato with the new kit. Look at Trey's sneakers, man. Trey's got some new kicks, man. White sneakers, man. It almost makes him look like he doesn't work, but we know he's a hard worker. Are those things going to be white at the end of the weekend? Probably not. Probably not. That's awesome. The other BK racing car sits in this garage area right here. Brett Moffitt behind the wheel this weekend. Jeffrey Earnhardt, the Hulu colors. You can see that if you're sitting in the grandstands, probably all the way in this garage area right now. So, hey, Beatty, I think, is controlling chat and letting us know some key highlights. And in the chat room, I wonder if anybody guessed that. Nobody's guessed it so far. Who's the best career finish for a female race car driver? Ritas, hi from Lithuania. The only viewer from your country. Well, you get one in my book right there, tuning in from Lithuania. That is awesome. Oh, man, that's really cool. Stricker just said, where is Lithuania? So between shows, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to our truck. We're going to open up the internet that, maybe you're on the internet watching on NASCAR.com right now, and we're going to click a world map, and we're going to teach young Stricker where Lithuania is.
I know it's in Europe.
I know it's in Europe. It's oh my God, it's Eastern European. It's Eastern European.
What countries border Lithuania?
Czechoslovakia.
I think you just
would be one. Up. No, I'm serious. Okay, Rita, tell us if we're wrong. But you gotta love it. When you come to Kansas, there's nobody more popular than the driver of this number 14 car right here. Look at him shaking hands, kissing babies. Feel good to be home?
It is always good to be home. We had some fun with our charity event last night, raised a bunch of money for the hometown, and drove the bus up here this morning, actually. With
no way.
Yeah, I got in, and we got here about an hour ago. So.
And the bus is in one piece, and the family's doing good.
Doesn't have a scratch on it. Look,
doesn't have a scratch on it. All right, I love it. Clint Boyer right there, driving the bus up here. That's pretty darn cool, right there. Some GarageCam fans walking by. So many nice people up here in the garage. Local, Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer, one of only two drivers with their hometown in Kansas. He's from Emporia, Kansas. Cut his teeth at a little local dirt track about, skip and a jump from here. You can almost throw a rock to it. But Jim Roper being the other Kansas driver. Jim Roper has the dubious distinction of winning the race in 1949 in Charlotte Speedway, the one at Little Rock Road near the airport, Charlotte Speedway. And he has a batting average of 500 in NASCAR. He's only competed in two NASCAR races, NASCAR what's now the Monster Energy Cup Series races, and has one win. So that's a pretty good winning percentage. Eric Amarola in the number 43. It's my boy Ben right here. Hey, we always highlight crew guys, so we're going to do you now. So we just decided, all right, man, tell the world who you are and what you do, what your job is here on the 43.
My name's Ben Runge. I am the underneath mechanic and the gas man on the 43 Cup car.
So what does that mean for the fans at home? What's an underneath mechanic, and what's that job like?
I work on everything from the transmission back, fuel cell area, gears, rear shocks, rear springs, stuff like that.
And what's your other really important, vital role with this team? Not just with this team, but maybe with media members like me.
I know how to say the right things to get the media to come talk to me.
No, I thought it's because you like to feed me bacon.
Well,
let's just admit to the world.
I don't want to tell everybody that I feed you bacon.
No, but you could say it's okay to feed me bacon.
It's okay to feed
not everybody else
bacon.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Ben.
Because we're fueled by bacon.
Yeah, exactly, right there. All right, Ben, the number 43 car, one of the good guys in our garage area that we like to poke fun with and have a good time with. A little bit windy in the garage area this morning. I'm sure it's windy up in the grandstands. That one viewer we had watching in the grandstands, it's probably windy up there, but it's a beautiful day here at Kansas. Ty Dillon, the number 13.
We have more international viewers.
Oh, we have more international viewers. Mario Roca from Portugal. And hello from the Netherlands, Elvira. Elvira. Whoa. I hope you know that song and love that song, but because you know what? If you don't, look it up. Oak Ridge Boys, one of my favorite bands of my childhood.
Can't sing more than 30 seconds. We gotta take off.
Yeah, exactly. I can't say. Hey, we got some GarageCam fans here. All right, bud.
It's Rami and my friend Jessica. We're celebrating my birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, Kansas Speedway. It's my 19th Cup track. Some people want to go to all the ballparks or NFL stadiums. I want to go to all the NASCAR Cup tracks.
How many more you got left?
I only have 4 more to go to.
That is awesome.
The Glen, Fontana, and Dover.
Some good ones right there. All right, what's your name?
Jessica Jenkins from Decatur, Illinois.
Okay, and you're a GarageCam fan, right?
Oh yeah, I love watching GarageCam.
That's awesome.
My favorite.
How much fun are you having in this garage, being this close to all these cars?
You can't beat this. This is the best thing you could possibly be doing. Unless you go to the dirt tracks, but.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So go to Eldora. That's awesome. All right, guys, we appreciate you watching GarageCam, being huge NASCAR. Oh, wait, he wants a photo. Take a photo. We're live.
I've had a big year. This year I made my debuts at the Nashville Fairgrounds Half Track, the Memphis 3/4 mile oval with the Red Bull Global Rallycross, Le Mans, and then Charlotte Motor Speedway, now Kansas Speedway.
That is awesome.
I've had an amazing year.
That's awesome. It's Strickard's first time at Kansas, too. How about that? Last track for Matthew Strickard to cross off this list, right?
Yeah, it took a little longer than I hoped, but all of them checked off.
All right. Now, you race fans watching at home, get your butt to a NASCAR track because there's nothing like it. Here's the Dale Earnhardt Jr. number 88. See if we can get in here maybe and talk to another driver that had a pretty darn good run last week, and that would be Trevor Bayne. All right, Trevor Bayne, this is a place you ran pretty good at. I believe a 10th place finish the last time we were here, and you guys are carrying some momentum. 3rd place last week at Talladega.
Yeah, I don't know how much momentum you can take from a demolition derby, but
what was a heat
trying.
race?
Heat race, that's right. So we're trying to bring it into Kansas if we can, but more so we look back to Charlotte. We ran pretty good there out of top 15, and it's a similar place, obviously a lot smoother, faster, but last time we finished in 10th, we're trying to learn from what we did there. But that was also kind of a demolition derby at the end. So survival seems to be the key to getting a good finish lately. But hopefully our report will be fast.
You won't have to survive as much as last week.
Yeah, that's for sure. At least we hope not. We definitely hope not. That was a wild race. So it got down to the end with 5 to go, and I looked around and figured we had a 1-8 shot to win the race. Pretty good odds.
That's not bad.
Finished third, not too bad.
I got to put you on the spot here because we like to have fun on our show. What's maybe one thing, do you have a hidden talent? Anything? I know you're big into biking and all, but what would a hidden talent of Trevor Bayne?
Hidden talent, man.
I'm putting you on the spot, brother.
It's definitely not singing. I can promise you that. So if you're expecting karaoke,
No, I don't
you
want
weren't going to get that. But I can play guitar a little bit. But I would say the hidden talent nobody really knows about is I do a lot of woodworking.
Really?
So my wife has me building stuff all the time for her. So I enjoy that a lot.
I'll come to you for a coffee table.
There you go.
Coffee tables by Trevor Bayne. That's next. Hey, maybe you could have a DIY show. Why not, right? Dale Earnhardt Jr., 7th place finish at Talladega for Junior Nation. And I'll tell you what, listening to the Dale Jr. download on Dirty Mo Radio, the podcast there, and he really talked about the emotion, the weight, the pressure that he felt this last weekend at Talladega. Leading into a weekend where everybody expected this could be the last place, maybe Dale Earnhardt Jr. has the best shot at winning. I kind of disagree with that. I'm just going to go on the record right now and say, look out for this 88 car at Martinsville, a place that he's really turned it around at. And he got a victory a few years ago, and that little short track right there, if you're a Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan, you better buy a ticket to the Paperclip in Virginia. Eric Jones, the once mighty mullet, in the number 77 Toyota. And then Emporia, Kansas's own here, just over the hood of this Toyota in that high automation Mobil 1 Ford. want to thank Mobile One for their involvement in GarageCam, a longtime sponsor of our show. And I say that with love and respect because anybody that supports this sport, we support them. And I mean, I don't care if it was when I was a kid, I'd get Tic Tacs over certs because sponsor car. And Mobile One, they support our show, and I hope you all go get some Mobile One oil for your car. Any of these sponsors in this garage area, we love and respect them. Monster Energy, the series entitlement sponsor, and the sponsor on this Kurt Busch number 41. All right, do we, BD Stricker, do we have any guesses? Okay, we said we'd wait until we get to the 3 car. So the all-time best finish by a female was by a lady named Sarah Christian at Heidelberg Raceway in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yes, in 1949 in the NASCAR Strictly Stock race, which is now the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series. She finished 10 laps down to the winner, Lee Petty, in a 1949 Ford. How about that? There's your little fun fact for the day. The number 31 of Ryan Newman. Oh, so close to making this round of the playoffs, but still a pretty strong season for that driver. Joey Logano's car just passing us by. Oh, the flagman. If you ever watch our show, whoever's the producer, I deem them the flagman for the day. And our flagman telling us halfway through GarageCam, we were over halfway in the garage. There's Jet Zarella, tire specialist on the number 41, and a heck of a guy. Cut his teeth in the Northeast modified ranks and a veteran in this garage area. Richard Childress walking by, and what's up, RC? All right, hey, let's grab a word with you real quick, RC. And
One word, please.
yeah, why not? Kansas Speedway here, not that much of a history here compared to some of the places we've been to, but what do you like most about this racetrack? Because it's, you know, it's going to take a little while to get it seasoned in to be a really cool place to race.
Yeah, it already is. We've been fortunate to win here in the past, but I think it's a great location. We've got so many race fans out here in Kansas, and it's a fun track because there's more than one groove here. And as the track widens out, it really puts on a good show.
And we have some darn good barbecue, too.
Oh, the best, except for Lexington, North Carolina.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had to say that, RC. I knew that was coming. Well, RC, Richard Childress, love talking to him. A great man, a great American, man. Always into the outdoors and auto racing, and his history in this sport, a Hall of Famer, is absolutely a great story. Somebody will probably write a book about RC one of these days because he's one of the more fun characters of our garage as well. Main Street, baby. That's right, the front side of the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series garage. Let's bring you inside first with the point leader, the number 78. 6-time winner. You know, sometimes it's easy to roll by these cars, and you could tell by looking here how many wins they have. He's getting so many darn wins on this darn thing, you actually have to stop and, like, count. But 6-time the winner. And he won the spring race here, Martin Truex Jr. did. Led over 100-something laps in that race, a very dominant performance the last time we were here in the spring in Kansas. 317 laps led here at Kansas. About half of those, I think, were the last time we were here. Now up to second place in points is this car, the number 2, Brad Keselowski. What a week that this team had last week. Of course, the big win. Anytime you get the checkered flag, it's big. And saluting the fans with his traditional American flag victory celebration. So patriotic, and the fans there. Also with a Dale Earnhardt Jr. tribute paint scheme from when he ran for Dale Earnhardt Jr. in Junior Motorsports. So all in all, a little cheers to Dale Earnhardt Jr. last week with this team, and ended up in victory lane with a stage win in stage number 1. So a very strong day. A lot of people didn't have strong days at Talladega, and this Deuce sure did. Crew's working hard on their car. First practice for the Monster Energy Cup Series. Not that far away, about 10 minutes away. Brad Keselowski with that win, locking into the next round of the playoffs. The number 4 of Kevin Harvick, sitting 4th in points to number 4. Rolling by right now, the number 20 of Matt Kenseth. 2-time winner at Kansas Speedway, sitting 10th in points, 8 points out that cutoff spot Hey, check it out. Jonathan Merriman's here, our lead reporter on NASCAR.com. What's up, man?
Not a whole lot.
First time in Kansas, dude.
The weather's perfect out here. It feels great.
And we're going to take you out for some barbecue later.
Barbecue later. Looking forward to that. Played a little Top Golf last night. Had some chicken.
At Stroud's.
At Stroud's.
A legendary place.
It was very good. The cinnamon roll was very good as well. Don't tell anybody I ate that, a.k.a. my wife.
No, you didn't. And, hey, we are actually standing by the 42 pit box, and that's actually pretty cool because we're going to be doing something really special with Kyle Larson. Why don't you tell the fans
I just
about
hope he shows up. No, I'm just kidding. So at 2:30 today, we're going to have an interview with Kyle Larson. Just kind of talk about the season thus far. It's really been his breakout year.
Yeah,
he had that win late in the year at Michigan last year, but I mean this year, winning, 3-4 races, and especially the short track win at Richmond, I think really was where he broke through. You think of 2 Mile Kyle, so to speak.
Yeah,
so winning
exactly.
that short track was a big deal. We're going to talk about this being his breakout year and what it means for him to race for Chip Ganassi, a guy who's had success in all levels of motorsports, still chasing that championship on NASCAR's highest level in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. But that should be a good time as they roll his number 42 Credit One Bank Chevrolet SS back into the garage
So
stall.
make sure you tune in to NASCAR.com. It won't be today at 2:30. That's when we're going to actually have time to sit down with him. But tomorrow on NASCAR.com, we're going to have that exclusive interview with Jonathan Merriman and the driver of this car, Kyle Larson, superstar in our sport for sure. Second place finish here at Kansas in 2014, 6th in the spring, so not a bad track for the California driver. And he was able to actually, the reason why he's so far up here, Jonathan, is he's one of the few cars that really kind of like survived at Talladega.
Talladega was an amazing race. 2, it was a war of attrition. It's what we come to expect from that racetrack. That's why it's the biggest wild card in the playoff. But yeah, you're right. I mean, we had 8 or 9 cars running at the end of that thing. Of course, Dale Jr. was one of them, but Kyle Larson was right there at the end as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was sort of a demolition derby per se, for sure, Jonathan Merriman. But we're looking forward to that video big time on NASCAR.com. We had a feature with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. last week, and a lot of fun with you. Jonathan Merriman, one of the good guys of our garage, like Merriman. He's awesome. Chase Elliott did not survive the doom of Talladega last week. The number 21 of Ryan Blaney. Here's Ryan Blaney standing in the back of his car. We'll see if we could go up and maybe grab a word with Ryan Blaney. The number 21 in the playoffs here. There is Ryan Blaney. I just gotta ask, like, what's the hat?
It's a rooster hat. So I'll tell you the story about it. John Wood, they're selling these shirts and hats. There's only like 70 of these hats made, and every dollar we make selling these shirts or hats goes to Victory Junction.
Oh, that's great.
And
so what's the story behind the rooster?
John Wood, Eddie's son, found it on the side of the road, and this thing's like 15 feet tall, and put it in his yard. And it looks just like this. It's the ugliest thing ever.
So he found this big, metal rooster?
Yeah. Big metal rooster, yeah, and put it in Eddie's front yard. So they made shirts and hats and all this stuff, just dumb things that are pretty funny.
Yeah, well, we love dumb things. I mean,
everybody does nowadays.
Sometimes you guys get a little silly on the podcast, and I think that's the most fun part.
I'm just wearing a rooster on my head today. Yeah. So.
Well, hey, I've never interviewed a driver with a rooster on his head before, so that's the first. That's the first. Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
We're live. So
we're censored. Okay.
That's great. We're censored. We're not on a podcast here, but hey, man, this place right here, Kansas, in a way hasn't been that friendly with you. In a Cup car. You've got, I think, like 5 starts here, but the last time we were out here in the spring, I believe you had a top 10 finish.
Yeah, we actually run really well here the past few races. We sat on the pole here in the first race, and I think we run 4th, so it's been a pretty decent track for us. Hopefully we can have a solid run and be able to advance into the round 8, but we'll get a good feel for it in about 10 minutes of how we're going to run and see where the track goes.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. Wait, can I say cock-a-doodle-doo? Cock-a-doodle-doo all the way to victory lane? All right. Will you do that in victory lane?
Maybe if we win
Probably
the race.
not.
No.
Ryan Blaney with a big giant rooster on his head. Yeah, it's like Clyde Torkel. It's like the Clyde Torkel Chicken Pit Special right here. I mean, why not? Like Clyde Torkel, I mean, you're the modern day Clyde Torkel right there. I love it. There you go. The 48 of Jimmy Johnson, three-time winner in the 2017 season. The driver that has the best driver rating at Kansas Speedway is the driver of this number 48 car. But a tough season in many ways. Yeah, he's got 3 wins, and he's still very much in contention for the championship, going for his 8th title, of course. But an alarming stat for sure to look at is the lack of top 5s for this number 48 team this year. It's something a little different. It's the least amount of top 5s since his rookie season in 2002. Since 2002, they've had at least 11 top 5s every year so far for this season for Jimmy Johnson. But the wins are there, and he's deep in this playoff contention right now. And whoa, we got to show you something really cool. Matt Stricker pointed this out. Wow, check out the helmet of Kyle Busch, folks. Watching NASCAR Facebook Live. That's as scary and cool as you're going to get right there. Check that out right there. A little haunted house, a graveyard. I mean, you could have a bunch of race cars in there from Talladega last week for sure. But an awesome looking helmet for the Las Vegas, Nevada driver. Pretty cool. Wes showing us the helmet. Oh yeah, check that out, Wes. Oh yeah, it's a picture of me on the back of, it's a picture of me. I'm so glad that Kyle put a picture of me on the back of his helmet. Halloween people, that's the coolest Halloween helmet I think I've ever seen in the history of auto racing. That helmet is amazing. Make sure you check out, I just saw the NASCAR social person. Make sure you check out their Snap and all the different social channels. If you're not on social media and you may be watching this show on NASCAR.com, man, hop on over because NASCAR Facebook's really cool. Oh, it's Kim Kuhn. It's around her, so we're okay. Yeah, we're okay. You can mime out of the case. The number 17 with the pink on the side of the car, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Driven for a Cause, the RFR initiative right there. Last week was a big disappointment for this team. Didn't come out of Talladega with a good run like they had expected, going for that hat trick there in the plate races, and not that good of a finish at Talladega, 26th place finish for them. But this is a place where, you know, he ran pretty strong in that spring race. I mean, it has an average finish here of 18th, not too good. This is a team that needs to make up a lot of ground to try to make the playoffs. They're 22 spots out, so basically they need a win or a top 5 run here and some trouble for some other people. Yeah, Jamie McMurray's little boy giving a knuckle bump and some last-minute advice to Daddy before he hits the track, the number 1. Good season for Jamie McMurray so far, but that 37th place at Dega, that early crash really hurt them so much. But ran strong at Kansas Speedway the last time we were here in the spring, finished 8th. The Joplin, Missouri driver, one of the other kind of local shoes. Casey Kane, the Uni First paint scheme this week, green and white. 2 minutes to go. We almost photobombed his photo, but Kenseth taking the wide and some autographs. Probably avoid garage. Back environment in this garage area. Track. 1 minute before this practice starts, and Kansas, man, he's just chilling out, talking to race fans. How about it? You can see some of the crew chiefs right now getting on top of the haulers and getting ready for this practice session. McMurray already strapped in. There is Kenseth's car. Oh boy, Strickard's got something to say.
GarageCam fans, you can't see this. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to take a photo of it because this is how dedicated this man is to this show.
What?
He's got his notes attached to him. I have run into more people in this garage in the last 3 minutes complimenting how great your notes are, that they are right there ready for you,
well,
ready to go.
I usually have to wait
impressed.
for a producer to come by with my notes. So myself and Jonathan Merriman over here, who's Merriman and I are like redneck and Yankee MacGyver, okay? I'm from the north originally, he's from the south. Together we form a MacGyver team like no other. So we use duct tape, a cabinet hinge,
couple
some screws, a drill this morning, and we made this amazing contraption that you can't see that's on top of the camera. So I have efficient notes.
I have no part in that engineering.
Oh,
That's all you. That's all your idea.
Baloney.
You're a genius.
I don't know about that, but yeah, hey, it also acts as a sail on a windy day. So if the camera goes floating away, folks, you know why.
No one will ever say you're not dedicated. Wrap this puppy up, MD.
Oh, do I have to wrap this show up? We don't like wrapping GarageCam up. Hey, especially when we got Steve Post here. Hey, we got to wrap this show up, they said.
Well, we got to wrap it up.
We got to wrap hey, let's wrap we're going Selby.
So we're ready to go here. The elimination round here at Kansas. Great eating town. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Greatest.
Give me BB's Lawn-Side Barbecue. We had Stroud's last night.
Oh, my gosh. Greatest eating town on the tour and greatest NASCAR stop this weekend. It's going to be awesome to see what happens here, Matt. It's going to be great.
And one of the greatest reporters on MRN and a good buddy of mine. You know what we usually say to close out the show, though,
What do we say to close the show out?
Until next time.
Until next time.
At the races.
Absolutely. There we go. See you at the races.